Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Tea&Art. I hope you all are well. So let's start today's video. So today I will be using this live crystal edge mold by Art and Blog. So I will link their website in my description. So what I'm doing here is I have mixed my resin. It is a low viscosity resin by Let's Resin. So this is going to be the first layer, and in the other container I am pouring around 20 ml of resin. So this technique is going to be everlasting forever technique in resin world. So I'm making a flower today, just a little bit of twist, otherwise nothing special, but I'm making a flower and I actually do get a lot of requests for making flowers. So that's why time to time I do add these videos to help the new resin artists who are just entering the world of resin and find so difficult to make a flower. Believe me, it happened with me as well. When I made flower, it was such a difficult job to make a flower. Whenever I do pour my white into the resin, it never bloom, or sometimes the white just smudge everywhere, so it's not a flower. So I know that there is always a difficulty in making flowers. Still, sometime if I do move for my recipe here and there, my flower get a bit messy, but I stick to this recipe, and casting craft is my to-go for making a flower. It is the perfect recipe. So I take a 20 ml of resin, to which I add around 8-9 drops, and 10 drops is maximum that you have to add into 20 ml of resin. So this is the perfect you can say mixture of white you want to add into your flower coaster. So I'm just mixing it now. So one thing more is that the amount of white pigment you add into the resin, this is another thing that you have to take care of. If it's very little, still you're going to face some problems, and if it is more, then it is going to be really heavy. So you need to be in between. So after that, I do pour my white into a jiffy bag. You can make it freehand also. I do have made a lot of flowers freehand, but for now I'm making a flower with the jiffy bag. I just pour my resin into it. You can use a piping bag also. And I always explain in my every tutorial that you need to have a honey-like consistency of your resin before you're pouring a flower. So here I just cut a little bit off from the corner. So after cutting the corner of the jiffy bag, I am just checking the flow of the resin. And now I will be making a squiggly line. So this is my new favorite for some time now. I'm making flower in this design. So if you pour a thin line, you will get a bit of thin flower, and if you have a thick line, you will have a full bloom. So it's really up to you, whatever flow you like to pour into the resin here. So instead of adding anything in the center, I will be putting some dots. So this is something new I have seen on Instagram. Different artists are doing this. So I thought I'll give it a go and see if it works. So very slowly, I'm just adding the dots carefully, and we will see the result, how it looks like. So I think this is enough. And after that, with the help of a silicone tool or anything that is soft, because I don't want to damage my mold, I will be making the petals. And I am not touching the center now. I'm not doing any sort of swirl. Because I want to see how the center looks like. And each time I'm cleaning the tool when I'm doing the petal. And I will leave this to cure, and I will see you next day. So this is the next day and I'm going to use Let's Resin black resin. This is a ready-made black resin. You don't need to add any pigment to it. So this is really a fun and easy way to add anything to your background. You just simply mix the resin. So I will link that resin in my description if you like to treat yourself. I really love the idea of making a black resin by Let's Resin. This is really a very useful resin. So it's 1-to-1 self-leveling low viscosity resin. So I have mixed my resin and after this is how my blooms looks like at the moment. So we will see how this looks like. So I am going with the classical black and white theme here. It is always a evergreen color scheme. So simply I'm just pouring the resin. And after that I will be using a heat gun to pop the bubbles that is on the top. And I will leave this to cure and I will see you next day. So this is going to be exciting. Let's demold the flower. So it's out of the mold and this is my mold all shiny and clear. And let's see. So this is how the flower turned out. I am so loving it and the dots in the center remained in the center and I'm happy about that. And you can see the edges are so pretty. Love this mold and the flower is amazing. So I think I have mastered the flower technique. I think so. I just love it and now it needs a top coat. So here I have mixed my resin again. So for top coat I'm using Let's Resin. Simply adding a medium layer of resin. I don't go for very thin or too much resin. I just add a medium layer because you need the layer to be balanced. And after that use a heat gun to move the resin. In this way, if there are any bubbles, they will be get removed and you get a clear top coat. So this is done now and I will leave this to cure and I will see you next day with the final look. So this is the next day and this is the final look, but unfortunately there was a mishap happened and you can see that on this side there was a paper that got stuck to it during the curing process and my flower coasters is ruined. Yeah, so I thought I was going to fix it, but I thought I'll share with you what I will be doing here. The good thing is that it is paper, but the bad thing is that it is damaged. So I just used some water to remove the paper first. So I'm just removing the paper now. And you can see there is a bulge here. And what I will be doing is this is how it looks like at the moment. And I will be using an X-Acto knife to remove some of the sides. So please don't worry, I am extra careful when I'm handling the X-Acto knife. I'm not going to hurt myself. So a lot of you do get sometimes concerned when I'm using a knife here, X-Acto knife. So I assure you that safety is first thing. So this is what I will be doing now. So it looks a bit fine. Now it's time to do the sanding. So I have my sanding paper is out. Usually I do not sand my top of the coaster before doing a top coat. A lot of people do that. It's really up to you. So, but today I have to sand the whole coaster now. So this was an extra step, but things do happen and I wanted to share with you if something like this happens to you. So after sanding, it is coming to a shape, a good look, and still it needs a little bit of more sanding. You can use a power tool also. I prefer to do it with hand this time. After doing the sanding, there is going to be a second top coat now. So I have poured my resin and similar way I will be using a heat gun to spread the resin and doing the same exact as I done before. almost done now, and I will leave this to cure and I will see you with the final result. So this is the final result, and this is all done now, and I'm happy how this flower looks like. There is nothing special added to this flower. This is just simple white and black, the classical combination, forever combination. I just love it. And the center, what I was thinking for came like that, so I'm happy about it. And the edges are also amazing. So I hope you liked it, and if you did, please do let me know in comments, and also please like, subscribe and share. Thumbs up if you like the video, and if you haven't subscribed, please consider do so, and take good care of yourself. Bye bye. एक मिनट हट जाओ